What up, Facebook friends and family? July 1st, 2020 is halfway over, thank goodness. What a year it's been so far with the COVID or the COOF or the Wuhan or whatever it is we're calling it these days. Virus to people being locked in, shut in, people having to wear masks everywhere. Yeah, it's been, I think y'all are pretty much feeling it the same way I'm feeling. I mean, it's like overnight things just changed for the weird. And I mean, it's been crazy. Hadn't been a great year for me so far. As many of you know, many of you knew him. You know, back in January, lost a very dear friend, kind of a surrogate father figure, Frank McCarty. Rest in peace, Frank. Till Valhalla. Then in March, I lost my actual dad. And then right after that, all this lockdown COVID crap hit. And, you know, in the middle of all that, you know, issues with police up in Minneapolis and closer to home for me, you know, innocent woman, EMT, first responder, public servant herself, never did anything wrong, gets killed in a no-knock raid. You know, which got a lot of people bagging on police. Here's the thing. In the past few years, I've gotten to know, at least on a superficial level, a lot of local law enforcement officers. You know, from state troopers to county deputies to local police officers here in Radcliffe and Vine Grove, and you know, pretty much every one of those guys, I mean, they're good, decent fellas that, you know, really take hold their oath seriously to uphold and defend the Constitution, to serve and protect, and, you know, and you know, those good guys, unfortunately, happen to be cast in a bad light because of a few bullies with badges out there. I'm not saying that bullies with badges don't exist. They do. But, you know, that's, I think it's unfair to cast every guy or gal who puts on a uniform and a badge and hits the road every day, every night for our protection, project all those in bad light. You know, and then there's this movement that sprang forth out of these very unfortunate incidents. Defund the police. Abolish the police. Have you lost your flipping minds? People advocating that? I'm not saying that there are not some police departments out there, LMPD for one, that aren't in need of some serious top to bottom reform. Well, hey Michael. Yeah, you know, been taking some style cues from the Boog Boys. But anyway, where was I at? I mean, it's true, there are some police departments out there that need just top to bottom house cleaning. Absolutely. But to defund them, that's probably the wrong idea. Anybody who thinks it's a good idea to defund the police, there's a documentary series on Netflix called Flint Town. Now, Flint, it's about Flint, Michigan. It's a city in Michigan that has, let's be honest, a lot of problems. When GM pulled out, pretty much destroyed the economic base of the city. Budgets are an issue all the way around in city government. And in that town, it looks like, at least I understand, it's documentary, and take everything you see with a pinch of salt, especially documentaries these days. But it appears as though the police department has been the whipping boy of the city government for a long time, and they're understaffed, they're underfunded, and to the point of, I think in the first episode, there's a police officer that showed up to a burglary call 2 days after it came in. That's how far behind they are in responding to calls, because they're just so undermanned. They're so understaffed and so underfunded. And I think it's 8 episodes. I don't know if there's going to be a season 2 or not, but it's 8 episodes. You can pretty easily binge it if you want. That's what I did. And that'll open your eyes to what happens, what you get in an urban area where the police department is operating on pretty much a defunded status at bare bones. And I tell you what, it's not a good thing. I mean, if that's something you want for your community, man, I really question your judgment. But in any case, that's kind of what I think about this this defund the police thing. Is reform needed? Sure. There's no reason why anybody should die in a chokehold in police custody. There's no reason why an innocent person needs to be shot in their bed in cold blood. That kind of stuff ain't right. And I certainly understand the frustration of communities that have experienced that. But yeah, getting rid of police, no, society really, I don't see how we can have a functioning society without working, capable, and able law enforcement. I really don't. Well, that's my long and short of it. Hey, everybody, Independence Day's coming up. Everybody be safe, have fun, and don't let your fears rule your decisions. If you want to get out with some friends and some family and have a barbecue and do all that, do it. Shoot off some fireworks. Let off some steam. I mean, if you feel like you got to wear a mask, then wear the mask. Don't feel like you got to wear it, don't. I mean, I got one in my pocket just in case, I run in, I have to go into a place of business that requires it, but I don't wear them. I haven't got sick. I don't think I've gotten anybody else sick. But yeah, some of us might have to agree to disagree on that one. Anywho, well, I have got to where I'm going. I'm going to go in and get a little late breakfast, early lunch, and I'll see y'all on down the road.